Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. It's happening. The leaks, spoilers, call it what you will, have started for Innistrad Remastered. And, whew, daddy, they're coming in swinging hot. There's some serious cards in here, and I'm already stoked. And to be honest with you, why'd they leak all these cards to start with? It's going to be hard to top this. So, before we get started, don't forget, comment, like, and subscribe. Links down below to all the stuff that's going on. Also, the TCG eBay store to buy cards that come from the box opening series on the channel. It supports the channel. Be a YouTube member. It helps support the channel. A little as $1. Get you in on some sweet drawings and other things we're doing on the channel. The Christmas giveaway will go live this coming weekend. I still got to make it and do some things. Also, we will also be live streaming PoE 2 this weekend as it releases on Friday. I have early access, and we're going to have some fun. So come hang out, see what's going on, see if you like the game, and just have a chat every now and then when I manage to take my eyes off the screen and see what people actually say to me. Sorry about that. Anyway. So let's get into it. We've got some Innistrad Remastered cards to look at. So, to start off with, we've got some oldies but goodies. We have the Huntmaster of the Fells. I'm not even going to show you the flip side. If you don't know what it is, shame on you. It's got a reprint. It's a green, red, and 2 for a 2/2. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Huntmaster of the Fells, you create a 2/2 green wolf creature token and gain 2 life. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast, you get to transform this creature. Basically, it's day-night mechanics that came to these Crimson, not Crimson Vow. Well, Crimson Vow kind of had it, but it was really more in the werewolf version. And now I forgot what it was. That's one of my favorite sets. What is my problem? Anyway. Also, Deadeye Navigator from the set from back in my day. It's a good one. 2 blue and 4 for a 5/5 with Soulbound for you new fellas who don't know what Soulbound is, and young ladies. You pair this creature with another unpaired creature. When either enters, you remain paired for as long as you control them both. Now it says as long as that Navigator is paired with another creature. Each of those creatures have a blue and a 1. Exile this creature, return it to the battlefield under your control. Basically making the creatures just blink constantly and hard to kill. And this thing is huge. Just huge. 5/5 for 6. It's huge. It's large in charge. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend, Edgar Markov reprinted. And this is his basic picture from the Commander decks back in, Jesus, what was that, 2008? I don't even remember. It's been so long. 2012, maybe? Anyway, the first reprinting of Edgar Markov, black, white, red, and 3 for a 4/4 with Eminence. Whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Markov's in the command zone or on the battlefield, you get a black vampire token. So you ain't even got to play him. He's just good hanging out on the sidelines being a cheerleader. He has first strike and haste, though, and whenever he attacks, you get to put a +1/+1 counter each vampire you control. So 6 mana may be a lot, but guess what? You ain't got to put him on the battlefield because this boy does work from the sidelines. All kinds of other effects and different card types are going to come in this set for this card, and it's going to be sweet to see them. Now, moving on to some new things we didn't know about. Graf Rats are going to be in the set, black and 1 for a 2/1. Beginning of combat, your turn. If you both own and control this creature and a creature named Midnight Scavengers, exile them and turn it into the Chittering Host. Midnight Scavengers sitting right next to it, black and 4 for a 3/3. Whenever this creature enters, you may return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand, i.e. Graf Rats. And then on your turn before combat, you can play the Rats. If it doesn't die, make it the Chittering Host, which is a 5/6, and merge and blah, whatever. Then we have the good old Lantern Bearer, decent reprint, 1 blue, 1/1 flying, has Disturbed, which just puts it on something, gives it flying. But wait, it gets better. Trust me, this ain't your daddy's remastered set. We have Borrowed Hostility, a 1 red, escalate 3, meaning pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first. So for 4 mana, you can get First Strike plus 3 plus O to end of turn. And that's cool and all, but honestly, 1 red for First Strike is fine. 1 red for plus 3 is also fine. You don't really need to pay the 3, but hey, if you got the mana, why not beef it up? So then we have Falconwreath Gorger, very popular card. 1 red for a 2/1. Each vampire creature card you own that isn't on the battlefield has Madness. This Madness cost is equal to your mana cost. Really great with Madness decks back in the day. It wasn't actually that far ago. It was really with Madness really shined in Innistrad. So, or not Innistrad, I'm sorry. Crimson Vow. Then we have It of the Horrid Swarm. That's right, Eldrazi's back. 8 colorless for this 4/4. Emerge for a green and 6. When you cast this spell, create 2 1/1 green insect creature tokens. Seems a little wasteful, right? Well, emerging, sacrificing a creature lets you lower the cost. So, on turn 3, if you lay a 3 mana cost creature, you can then play this on turn 5. Or on turn 4, if you lay a 4 mana cost creature, you get this by sacrificing that creature. And if sacking that creature gives you some shenanigans, then why wouldn't you? Really good card, and was a powerhouse and limited in its day. Next, we have Old Voldaren Bloodcaster from Crimson Vow. It's a popular card in Standard in its day. A black and 1 for a 2/1 flyer. Whenever it or another creature you control dies, you get a blood token. The blood tokens, obviously, for 1, tap, discard a card. This is where the whole Madness thing comes in. Also, whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform this creature, which makes it just a 3/3 flyer. But after that, you get to start making your, blood tokens into bats every turn that fly. And that's pretty sweet. We have the Ulvenwald Mysteries, green and 2 enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you get to investigate. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, create a 1/1 white soldier token. Not the best, but pretty cool for limited. We have Crackling Counterpart. This sweet reprint for 2 blue and 1 is an instant that you create a token that is a copy of target creature you control. Flashbacks for 7. I mean, flashback probably ain't happening, but a 3 mana copy spell at instant speed? The shenanigans are afoot. So, moving right along, next we have Think Twice. This card's been printed several times. We know how great it is. This will be a really good card for the limited format, along with Mausoleum Wanderer gets a reprint. Real big card in the Spirits deck for Modern. 1 blue, 1/1. It just gets bigger, and it has the ability to do counter spells. Sweet card. And then, of course, next to it is the other mainstay of Innistrad, and that is the Thraben Inspector, the 1 white 1/2 that makes a clue when it comes in. This thing is a mainstay of most human decks back in the day, and many other decks, especially in Standard. The 1 white 1/2 that gave you a clue that you could draw another card with was in any deck with white, because it's 1 white. Who doesn't want to draw cards? Basically 3 mana, draw a card, make a 1/2. I mean, think about that as a rate. Moving on. Next we have the beautiful, so sexy, picture of Thraben Inspector. 1 white 1/2. Look at the art on this card. Oh, Daddy, come to Papa. I hope when I hopefully get some of these boxes, I pull a few of these. And then, of course, the other heavy hitter that's very popular, Avacyn, the Archangel, the 2 white, 3 colorless version. That's a 4/4, has flash, flying. When it enters, creatures you control get indestructible. Another hot card, when non-angel creature you control dies, you get to transform it to a 6/5 and starts throwing bolts places. Incredibly powerful. We have a new art for the Blood Artist. Check this bad boy out, or I guess I should say girl. Person of interest. Anyway, black and 1 for the 0/1 that whenever a creature or another creature dies, whenever this creature or another one dies, each player loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. This, in foil, pricey. Just saying. So, moving on. We have, that's right, you see her. It's my girl, Liliana of the Veil. Gets another reprint. This will be the second one. But in this set, we're going to have the old border frame. And look at this right here. This might be kind of catchy for some people, where there's no symbols on it for loyalty and what have you. Just pluses and minuses and a big fat 3, which kind of looks like a big juicy bottom if you turn it sideways, which is probably what she's got on her. Anyway, and then we also have the Invasion of Innistrad. Not a real big deal, but still it was a popular card that actually did a little bit of work back in the day. And because it has flash, it really wasn't that terrible, but getting it to flip was a bit of a thing. Then we have the Blood Artist regular picture that we have here. Again, looking really good. The art on that is fantastic, but definitely not going to be as popular as the other art. Just saying. Next, we have Mass Hysteria. All creatures gain haste, 1 red enchantment. Gonna be good. We have Triskaidekaphobia, which is for black and 3. Each player has exactly 13 life, loses the game during your upkeep, and then each player gains a life. And then each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, then each player loses a life. Yeah, lots of ways to win with that, kind of, sort of. We get a reprint already of Meat Hook Massacre. What do you think of that? So this popular card, which was banned and fixed several different ways, is now back in this set. And probably not going to make this set all that cheap, to be honest. And definitely this card's not going to go down in price all that much. And you want to know why? I mean, maybe it does. Maybe this card does get cheap. You know why? Because, well, look at this Meat Hook Massacre right here. This is what Daddy's talking about. Also, Snapcaster Mage reprint. Lingering Souls reprint. This here is like the powerhouse of things that came from Innistrad. Now, these two were from the same set. This one from the newer set, but still 20, 30, 40, up to, at one point, I think it was $50. And now we get poster card treatment. Could you imagine this serialized? Oh, it just gives me shivers thinking about it. So we'll keep on keeping on. We also have Emrakul, or Emrakul, however you want to pronounce it. The Promised End. This is the 13 for the 13-13 version. That is 1 less to cast among card types in your graveyard. It's got flying, trample, protection from instants, so it's got flample. And you get to take your opponent's next turn. Popular card in many formats, and probably a welcome reprint since it really hasn't had one yet. We get Spell Queller reprint. This card was hot for a while. It's a spirit. It's in the spirits deck. We have Spider Spawning. I mean, it's fine for limited, but to be honest, this is kind of a very Innistrad-ish card that is, well, if you don't remember it, I know I do. Many limited games that this card won me, and I also lost to. But anyway, so if we keep looking forward, we get the good stuff. We got Emrakul, the Promised End in poster. Look at that sweetness. Imagine this thing serialized. Oh, yeah. And then we have Reforge the Soul, 2 red and 3 for a miracle card from back in the day. Each player discards their hand, then draws 7. Miracle for red and 1. The best of the best. Along also with Young Wolf, the 1 green, 1/1 with Undying, part of the Yawgmoth combo. And with all this stuff here, if we've got one miracle card, by God, we're probably going to have more. And we know that they're all pretty sweet on the miracle side. So yeah, something very popular to look forward to. So there you have it, guys. Our first glimpse at cards that were going to be in the Innistrad Remastered set and some of the alternate art that's going to go with them. And I am excited. These cards look great. They're not all trash cards. These are powerful, good reprints. This set is going to be hot. And I don't know what else they're going to leak, but I mean, they don't really need to leak anything else, any more spoilers, because like this is a good swath of what makes the set good. So I'm a little excited to see if they got anything left in the gun for the second shot. So until next time, be kind, and as always, I hope to see you across from the game table, or maybe this weekend while I'm playing PoE 2, come check it out.